What's up? What's going on, everybody? So, here we are again, and it is 100% the Demoncrats that are creating this scenario that we are seeing in our country. The Demoncrats are taking the opportunity to try to make things look as worse as possible because they do not love this country. They do not respect this country. They want to do as much damage as possible to this country, and they've demonstrated that time and time again. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. If you would, please, please, please bless me by hitting the thumbs up. The spiritual battle is 100% real. It is 100% real. The Demoncrats, they're lying through their teeth. They're lying through their teeth about every single thing that has been taking place within the last 24 to 48, 72 hours. They've been lying even longer before that. But they're increasing their lies. They're picking it up. And we're talking about this guy, Alec Pretty, where they keep saying they took the video and they looked at it frame by frame. And they know exactly what happened now. Are you kidding me? You're talking about people that refuse to even acknowledge the truth, and they're trying to tell us what the truth is. Demoncrats don't know the truth. Demoncrats reject the truth. Demoncrats don't want anyone else to know the truth. The Demoncrat Party has blatantly pushed out propaganda with this guy, Alec Pretty. And they go, well, he was a nurse. He was helping veterans, like to get at it. Oh, look, Republicans, look, MAGA Republicans. He was helping veterans. Are you going to stop supporting President Trump now? That's the reason why they're doing that. You know that, right? That's the only reason why they're saying that. Because they didn't say anything about all of these people that are no longer with us because of what someone, an illegal alien being in our country, should have never been here in the first place. And there's people that's no longer here, people that have been permanently separated from their families, and these blue heart Demoncrats have nothing to say about it. The blue heart Demoncrats look the other way. They don't even care. They don't even care. They don't even care. You know, I look at this stuff and I see more and more of the mainstream media, the Demoncrats. It's like they see an opportunity to lie to everybody. And that's exactly what they're doing. When one media outlet, and it's actually not even one, it's multiple liberal media outlets saying that they've looked at the footage and they've made it to where they looked at every single frame. One frame, next frame, they looked at, okay, what do we have here? Then they look at the next frame, what do we have here? They're even saying that he was completely complying. When you look at the video, you can clearly see that he was in a physical confrontation with the Border Patrol agents. He kept getting in their way. And then they said, well, he was there protecting, he was saving this lady that was there getting in the way as well. She was obstructing justice, and he decided to go and help her. But when you go look at the video, there's not a single time in that video where he was just being still. He kept pushing back on them. He kept fighting with them. This is in the video. But Demoncrats have fixed it in their mind that he did nothing wrong. Absolutely nothing wrong. Let me put it like this. Let's say you're, walking down a street or something, or you're at an outlet mall, or, just somewhere in a public area, and there's a whole bunch of people around, and you see police officers, Border Patrol, or ICE agents, and you see them apprehending somebody. And then you decide to jump in there to help the person that's being apprehended by the authorities. And then the mainstream media turns around and said, you were just helping those that was getting pushed around by the authority. They said that the Border Patrol agents physically, violently pushed down this lady. Why was she there? For the life of me, I don't understand. Well, I do understand, actually. Not a single one of them ever bring up the fact that these people should have never been in the first place. Why are you there? And they say, well, they're exercising their First Amendment rights. Will Johnson, don't you believe in the Constitution? This is what they're saying. This is what they're saying. They said, well, don't you believe in the Constitution? These Demoncrats don't believe in the Constitution. The Demoncrats have been wanting to do away with the Constitution for years. The only time they ever want to have anything to do with the Constitution when they can weaponize it against the people. Other than that, they don't care about the Constitution. They really don't. They can care less about the Constitution. And they've made that abundantly clear. But when they can weaponize it, then they're all about it. Only when they can weaponize it. With that said, they're saying that he was there with his 2A rights, his second A rights, Second Amendment rights. They're saying that he had a Second Amendment. No one is arguing that, especially those of us that, love this country, that respect the laws. None of us is saying anything about that. Okay, fine. Okay. And you notice they keep bringing it up. Well, he had the right to have it. No one is saying that he didn't have the right. If he had the license, then by all means, okay, no problem. The problem is that when he became violent with the Border Patrol agents, it became a different scenario. It doesn't matter what his rights are at that point, because now they see him as a threat and they have to deal with him as such. They have to deal with him that way. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, you're a peaceful guy. Like, look, for those of you that have been watching me for years, you know that I'm peaceful. I go out and I talk to these leftist lunatic liberals all the time, because I like having conversations with them. I mean, I talk to them all the time. You see my videos, I put them out there, I'm talking to them. I'm never wanting to get in a physical confrontation with them. I'm always nice. Even when people calling me names, I still say, yes, sir, no, yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am. I'm still being respectful to them. Even when they're being really nasty towards me, I'm still being respectful to them. So, I'm in places and I just smile and, but if this is say that I had a device with me and I'm going someplace and then the police department is there or ICE or Border Patrol, and they come up to me, I'm going to let them know immediately, hey, I'm an asset. Hey, I have on my possession. What do you want me to do? Here's a prime example, Kyle Rittenhouse. Y'all notice how they keep bringing up Kyle Rittenhouse? Have y'all noticed this? They go, what about Kyle Rittenhouse? Kyle Rittenhouse showed up. What happened when the police department told Kyle Rittenhouse to get down? What happened? What happened? It's like they don't remember that. It's like they don't remember. And it's not even the fact that he showed up talking about Alec Pretty. It's not even the fact that he showed up to a protest with this device. It's not even the fact that he showed up with it. It's the fact how he handled himself when he got there with it. And they keep saying he was a nurse. And he went through all this stuff and, was a really great person as a nurse. He wasn't all that bright, apparently. He wasn't all that bright. But you know what? This is typical from these blue heart Demoncrats. The blue heart Demoncrats, they constantly believe that they have this certain privilege. They have this certain privilege above everybody else and everything else. These liberals, these blue heart Demoncrats, they believe that they have certain privileges and that their word and their way of life and their thinking supersedes everything else. This is truly evil what we're seeing. And all this chaos that we're seeing right now is 100% being created by the Demoncrats. What we're seeing happening in our country right now is 100% being created by the Demoncrats. All of this is being created by them. And then you talk about how ICE is there and they want ICE out. And then they never talk about why ICE is there in the first place. Why do you think ICE is there? Why do you think that they're there? Why do you think they're there? Just to randomly pick up people? If they want to just randomly pick up people, why not go someplace where it's a lot warmer? I mean, if they just want to randomly pick up people, I mean, I'm pretty sure you can go to New Mexico, you can go to Arizona, you can go to California, Southern California, right? You can even, well, Texas right now is really cold, but you can go down to Florida. If they just want to randomly pick up people, why not go someplace where it's nice and warm and comfortable? You just randomly pick up people. They're there because of the level of corruption that's been taking place in Minnesota, the level of corruption in Minneapolis, the level of corruption by the Demoncrats in that location. And of course, Tim Walz and the rest of them, I believe the reason why they're encouraging the people to go out and hit the streets the way they are is because they're trying to cover up and hide for something else that's going on. They don't want people to look at the level of corruption that's been taking place in that state. So they need to create a distraction. Because other than that, if I'm the governor of a state and we have law enforcement coming into our state because somebody let people into the country that shouldn't have been here in the first place, and they show up to my state, and I'm going to tell the people, don't get in the way. Allow the agents to do their jobs. So then that way they can go home. Don't get in the way. But why are they not doing that? Because it's obvious why they're not doing it. They're trying to put this country in a position where it's going to be completely dark. And the darkness is coming from those Demoncrats. The darkness is coming from the Demoncrats. Y'all understand that? It's not coming from MAGA Republicans. It's not coming from President Trump. It's not coming from those of us that love this country. It's coming from the Demoncrats. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. The Demoncrats in this country, they embrace, they support everything that is evil and wicked under the sun. Everything. Name one thing that's wicked under the sun that they don't support. Everything. So this darkness that we're seeing could come to an end right now. If all the people right now in Minnesota just said, okay, you know what? We're going to go home. The cameras would go away because there would be nothing to show. Now you might, and if they stop following ICE agents around, guess what would happen? Everything would just be, okay, they're just doing their jobs. None of this would be on the social media. None would be on the internet. None of it would be in the news. None of it if the governor and the mayor told the people just to go home. But they don't want to do that. They want to tell ICE to leave, Border Patrol to leave, so then that way the criminals can still just run around in the streets. You understand? This is what they're calling for. They just want the criminal element in the street, and it doesn't make any sense. Other than they believe, and this is something that I've been saying for the longest. Because you remember what happened in 2020, in the summer of love of 2020? Y'all remember what happened during that time? It wasn't pretty. It wasn't pretty at all. It was a whole bunch of unnecessary stuff taking place in the summer of love in 2020. They believe, the Demoncrats, the Blue Heart Demoncrats, they believe that it worked to their benefit to have all that happen. And it's just like clockwork. Look what year it is. Midterms. Just like clockwork. The Demoncrats are using something because they couldn't get their George Floyd moment again. They tried. They tried. And they're really trying with this. And see, at some point when they realize next week, because today's Monday, The whole Alex thing, that pretty just happened a couple of days ago. That's going to probably end up fading out too, because the whole thing with good started fading out. People are not even really talking about that. They're talking about the new one now. That should never happen. Should have never happened. He should have never been there in the first place. It's not his job to try to intervene. It's not his job. It wasn't his job. His job was being a nurse. Why was he not at the hospital? Why was he not there treating vets? Why did he have to take it upon himself to go out into the code and go up against Border Patrol? It's not his job. It's not anybody's job. If you have a job when it comes to that, your job is to get out the way. And you know what? During this whole thing with a whole bunch of these blue heart Demoncrats, they get behind the keyboard. Oh my goodness, they love that keyboard. They get behind the keyboard, be it like a keyboard like this, be it a keyboard like this, or a keyboard on their phone. But they love that keyboard regardless. They love that keyboard. Nothing else matters but that keyboard, what they can say on there. Because a lot of these people that are encouraging these other people to go out there, none of them are going out there. None of them are going out there. What's happening has nothing to do with them, has nothing to do with me. I didn't advocate. I didn't support anyone coming into the country illegally. But the Demoncrats did. Not a single person can tell me why we should allow the illegals that came into the country to remain here. Why? Why should we allow them to remain here in the country? Anybody? I mean, by all means, tell me. Why should we allow them to stay here? There's not a single country that we can just go to and just walk in and just, oh, you know what, we're going to set up shop and you need to give us whatever it is that we want. You need to give us EBT cards. You need to give us $10,000 cards. You need to give us housing. You need to give us free health care. You need to give all this to us. There's not a single country in the world that we can walk to that they would give that to us. Not a single one. You can't even do it in Mexico. Where? But these blue heart Demoncrats are like, nope. We're going to do that here, though, because, we want to tear down the system. They want to do it here. But not a single person can tell me, again, why we should just open the door and allow everything to come in. It's like these blue heart Demoncrats, a lot of them, they live behind gated communities. You remember Martha's Vineyard? Remember, Ron DeSantis had some, that came into the country and they was, where they at? They're in Texas. Go ahead and fly them to Martha's Vineyard. They showed up in Martha's Vineyard. What happened? They was like, no. You can't be here. You can't be here. Well, let's put you someplace else where we see more fit, but you can't be here. Oh, no. They were so angry with Ron DeSantis for sending them to Martha's Vineyard. I mean, they were not happy with it at all. Why not? And then you got these useful idiots that don't even want to recognize them, and they won't even go, well, you know what? That's a really good point. Maybe, they should have taken them in, because they have homes that have multiple rooms in them, multiple bathrooms. They could have taken them in there, but no, they didn't. They said, no, you got to go. But the rest of us, we're just SOL. We have to take it. We have to take it. It's a total disgrace what these Demoncrats have done to this country. And most people, the blue heart Demoncrats, they can't even comprehend why that's a problem. They're being told what to believe and they just run with it. What's up, Mo? They just run with it. They're told to believe that, Alex Pretty, he wasn't doing anything wrong. He was just standing there. He wasn't doing anything. And then there's actually other video that came out with him. There's other video that came out with him showing him standing in the street. They showed him standing in the street recording. They told him to get out the street. Then they show another one when he's standing on the sidewalk, getting in the way. And then it's got to the point that was said, okay, you know what? You are becoming a problem. You need to go. And that's when the spray to the face came out. Spray to the face. All he had to do was just be really still. That's all he had to do. He didn't even have to be there. He should have been in the hospital, changing somebody's diaper. That's what he should have been doing. He shouldn't have been out there, but he put himself out there. And I don't care. I see all these videos with these mainstream propagandist media, leftist media outlets, and they're going, well, they said, we looked at it frame by frame. We looked at it frame by frame, and we were studying it. We were paying attention to it, and we saw it. And they keep going on saying that, well, he didn't pull anything out. He didn't touch anything. When they took it from him. See, and this is one thing that I know the mainstream media is not talking about. When they took his device from him, and I talked about this last night, they didn't know if he had a second one. He was still pushing back. He was still being confrontational with him. They had no idea. They already have one. They found one. That's, oh, we got one. And the thing is, the liberal propagandist machine, they're not even denying that he had it. All of a sudden, they're trying to act like they're all about the 2A. They're all about the Second Amendment. They're all about it now. They all support it now. They all support it now. What a bunch of hypocrites. And again, no one is complaining, and no one even saying that he shouldn't have, I don't know why he took it to that anyways. I mean, I've been to events and I wouldn't take a device with me, especially if I think it's probably going to be somewhat heated. I don't take it with me. I wouldn't take one with me. If I had one, I wouldn't take it. No need to. But he did. So there was no way for them to know. There's no way for them to know if he had a second one. No way to know. So I'm going to have to say this again because someone is not understanding. No one is complaining that he was exercising his Second Amendment. No one is complaining about that. That's something that the liberal media propagandist machine is putting out there. No one is arguing that, by all means. But when you get in a physical confrontation with the police officers, you got to apply sound thinking. You have to. You can't push back on them. No one is talking about that. It's only the blue heart Demoncdrats that don't believe that we should be able to have Second Amendment rights. It's only the blue heart Demoncdrats. And with him going there with it, who was he there to protect himself against? The criminals that came into the country? No, he was there advocating for the criminals. The only reason why he had it with him is not for protection against someone that is a criminal unlawfully in the country doing something wrong. That's not the reason why he had it with him. Come on, let's be real. Let's be real. And still, no one can tell me why. No one can tell me why they thought the Border Patrol agents were in the wrong, because they weren't. They were not in the wrong. How did they know he didn't have a second one on him? How did they know that? And again, I'm going to say this too. Kyle Rittenhouse, you know what Kyle Rittenhouse, when the police department showed up and they told him to get down on the ground, what did Kyle Rittenhouse do? I mean, liberals don't really think about it. They can't wrap their mind around it. They're trying to make two scenarios be the same thing, and they're not. Kyle Rittenhouse, when Kyle Rittenhouse got there, they told him He put his hands up. They told him to get down on the ground, face down. What did he do? He got down on the ground, face down. They knew he had one because Kyle Rittenhouse defended himself. And again, I'm not even saying anything about Alec Pretty showing up with a device. I'm not even saying anything about him showing up with the device. How did he react is the problem. But Blue Heart Demoncrats, they don't want to talk about that. Blue Heart Demoncrats, they don't want to talk about how he was acting. Let me ask y'all a question. Do you think with him fighting with the Border Patrol agents was the right thing to do? I mean, think about it. Yes or no? Was him fighting with Border Patrol agents the right thing to do? Yes or no? Anybody? Yes or no? Should he been fighting with him? Yes or no? It's not even a trick question. Everyone knows the answer. He should have not been fighting with him. He should not have been there in the first place. Exactly. He should have complied. He should have complied. He 100% should have complied. But did he comply? He absolutely didn't comply. Same thing with Good. Did not comply. When you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. You do realize that, right? I mean, if you walk out inside, if you walk out in the freeway and all the traffic is going 65 to 85 miles an hour, just depending on the freeway, you play stupid games, you're more than likely going to end up winning a stupid prize. He should have never been there in the first place. So, and he should have never been, I mean, come on. You know, but I don't expect the Blue Heart Demoncrats to even understand anything that I'm saying. They're just not happy. They're not happy. They're never going to be happy. They weren't happy when Joe Biden was in the White House. They still weren't happy. And you know why they weren't happy? Because they saw what was happening and they knew very well that President Trump was going to go back in the White House. So because of that, they were not happy. They were not happy. And President Trump said on day one, he's going to start fixing the economy. He's going to start. And see, for the longest, the Democrats, they were saying that, oh, he said on day one, he was going to fix the economy, fix the prices on everything. On day one, he was going to fix it. Just on day one, he's going to fix it. But if you go back and listen to the video, President Trump said he's going to start on day one. Because President Trump knows that he's not going to be able to fix what the Democrats have done to this country overnight on the same day. There's no way. They did too much damage. So he said he was going to start fixing it. And President Trump, that's exactly what he's done. He started fixing what the Democrats have did to this country, and illegal immigration just happened to be one of it. Let's go. Let's go. I am, and again, you know, I'm thankful. I'm thankful that President Trump is doing what he's doing. I really am. One person on TikTok said, would you debate this topic? Sure, why not? I mean, why not? I had this one dude named Brian reach out to me, total liberal, and he tried to say that he's not a liberal, and he's a total liberal. And he asked me to come on to his show and have the discussion talking about ICE. And I told him the only way I'm going to do it if he doesn't mute my mic, because same thing, the Blue Heart Demoncrats on TikTok are the worst. If you join any of their TikTok lives and you start telling the truth about something, you start saying something that they don't want to hear, like, oh, wait a minute. I don't want the people that, you know, follow me to hear what you're saying. They will mute your microphone on TikTok. So I'm like, you know, I don't do it on TikTok like that. Because I'll get on TikTok every now and then like with my phone and people talking. But if it's a blue heart Democrat that's hosting it, I'm not gonna connect, because as soon as I start telling the truth, they mute my mic. See, is that not fascism? Because they don't want to hear the truth, or they don't want to hear what you have to say, so then they want to shut down your speech. And then they say that they're the ones that's tolerant. How is that even possible? They say that they're the ones that's being tolerant, but then they shut down free speech. And that happens a lot on TikTok. I see it all over the place on TikTok. The blue heart Demoncdrats, it's like they love the fact that they can mute somebody when they start hearing somebody telling the truth. Just like, again, here's the truth, here's the facts. Alec Pretty should have never been there in the first place. True. He should have never been there. It's not his job to go out and confront ICE, physically get involved with Border Patrol. It's not his job. He should have been in the hospital. That's a true fact. Another true fact is that when he got into the physical confrontation with Border Patrol, he should have complied immediately. Another truthful fact, but he didn't do that. Look where he's at. Same thing with Good. When the ICE agent told her to get out of the vehicle, right now, she should have shut the vehicle down and got out. She should have got out. She would be here right now today crying and kicking. Oh, they pulled me out of the vehicle. They made me get on the cold, icy ground. Oh my goodness, it was such a horrible thing. But she would be here today to run her mouth about it. But she's not here to run her mouth about it because she decided to do something she shouldn't have been doing. She decided that. He decided to do the same. He decided to do something that he should not have been doing. This is the facts. This is straight up the facts. And still again, the blue heart Democrats, they want to go, oh, now you don't believe in the Second Amendment? Now you don't believe in it? What does the Second Amendment got to do with anything? No one is talking about that. Only the blue heart Democrats are. Which I guarantee it, if it's up to you blue heart Democrats, you would get rid of it. If it was up to you blue heart Democrats, if it was up to you blue heart Democrats, you would not allow it to happen. You would get rid of it immediately. So then that way y'all can do the same thing that the other tyrants in the past have done. Because that's what y'all waiting on. Y'all just waiting on the opportunity to be able to do that to the rest of us. That's what you're waiting on. You're 100% waiting on that. I mean, just think about it. I looked at see these videos, and I see these blue heart Democrats saying that they've created a database. I've heard them say this, that they're creating a database not only on the Border Patrol and ICE agents, but they're creating a database on people like Will Johnson. So when the pendulum swings again, it's going to be hell on earth. Because the blue heart Democrats are very vengeful. See, none of this would be happening if Joe Biden and the Democrats would have just went with the law in the first place. None of this would have been happening. I've been pulled over by police officers so many times, and I'm here to talk about it. I've been pulled over by some really nasty cops, and I've been pulled over by some really awesome cops. But I'm here to talk about it still. I'm here to tell my story. Why is it that I'm here to able to tell my story, being who I am? According to the left, that I shouldn't be here right now because they say that police officers, law authority, they do special things to people like me, permanently sleeping people. Permanently sleeping people. They say it constantly Just imagine all of the people that have such dark hearts, and then they listen to the mainstream media, and the mainstream media is pushing this propaganda. And because they can't differentiate between what is real and what's not real, they just automatically believe the propaganda that's coming out of the liberal media. I mean, it's pretty bad right now. I mean, it's really bad. And I can only think that because the liberal media, they're going to do as much as they can not to allow things to calm down, allow things to settle down. They're going to do as much as they can to keep the tension there because it's ratings for them. It's ratings for them. And another thing, because all of them are against America and they're against President Trump, they demonstrated that. It's not me just making it up. I'm going based on their actions. Because none of the mainstream media, not a single one of them is saying, Governor Walz, I mean, when are you going to tell the people to go home? When are you going to tell the people? There's been a request put to Tim Walz to say, asking for him to have the local police department to come out there and do barriers where if they're going to protest, create a protest barrier so they don't interfere with federal agents. But he's not doing that. I think personally he's hiding something. I personally think he's hiding something. I personally think that he's involved in all that fraud that was taking place in the $18 billion. I think he has something to do with it. Of course, I don't know the ins and outs, but this is my opinion on it. I'm entitled to give my opinion on it because there's some reason why he's doing all of this, and it's beyond ridiculous. So I believe Tim Walz is hiding something. I believe the governor, Fry, he's hiding something. The attorney general, Ellis, he's hiding something. Because not a single one of them are telling the people, stop. And then you have the I guess he's the police commissioner in Minneapolis. He came out and he's saying that even what would happen to Alex Pretty is justified. He says, even if it is justified, this is him saying it, even if it is justified, he said it's too late. What do you mean it's too late? He said it's too late to bring tensions down. I mean, really? It is his job to make sure that everyone is safe, regardless if you like him or not. I've had so many conversations with police officers, and I would ask the police officer about the difference between, MAGA Republicans and the blue heart Demoncrats, and they would constantly say, well, we like to think that we're neutral. We like to, people have their political opinions, their political views, and we just stay right there in the middle so everyone can have their views and we don't get involved in all of that. But this dude in Minneapolis, he's 100% involved, and he's siding with the blue heart Demoncrats with the lawlessness that we're seeing. The lawlessness that we're seeing in the country is coming from the blue heart Demoncrats. That's where the lawlessness is coming from. Prime example is Washington, D.C. D.C. President Trump put the National Guard there, and look what the crime is right now. It's little to none. I mean, little to none. Little to none. Even Mayor Bowser was saying, wait a minute, I think we're probably going to have to extend this a little bit longer because this is making our jobs easier and we don't have to deal with all this crime that's taking place. Washington, D.C., and it's cold there too. How come the people are not out there in Washington, D.C.? The darkness that we're seeing is 100% from the blue heart Demoncrats. President Trump is cleaning up the mess that Joe Biden and the Democrats have done. They're cleaning up the mess. And y'all act like y'all don't want it clean. Dana says, did you see the James O'Keefe video? I think I saw one video, but I think there was a new one that came out. I'm going to have to go check it out because I know there was something that James O'Keefe Thank you so much, Dana, for reminding me. That was Dana on Facebook. Hey, let me really quick. Let me say thank you to Victoria. Oh, sorry, Veronica, Mary, and what's the other one there? It's not showing me the name. Can I make it bigger here? Let's see, will it let me make it bigger? I don't think it will. I think it's Charmed and Indonesia, I think. I apologize if I'm getting it wrong, but I just want to say thank you so much for the hearts and the flowers and the roses on TikTok. I just want to say thank you. I just want to say thank you. Because, you know, the Blue Heart Demoncdrats, they don't like to see when you support me. They really don't like it. They really don't like it. But I just want to say thank you. God bless you for your support. Okay. I'm going to get off of here. Hey, thank you so much, everybody. Please, if you would, share the video. Please share the video. Border Patrol agents need to know, and ICE and law enforcement, they need to know that there's people out there like me that support them. These Blue Heart Demoncrats, they want people to believe that people like me need to get out there now. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not getting out there for you. I mean, I wouldn't get out there for these Blue Heart Demoncrats. They're calling on people that look like me, similar, even, you know, dark in complexion even, to go out there. Sad thing is they're going to get some of these people that don't think for themselves. They're going to get them to go out there because they need them to get, they need to bring it in the way they had the same activity with George Floyd, where it wasn't just in one city. They want it to go nationwide. And there's a reason why they want this darkness to go nationwide. There's a reason why. And I think everybody knows, everybody's aware how these Demoncrats are doing and what they plan on doing. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go check out that James O'Keefe. People are talking about it everywhere. Yeah, because he just infiltrated the whole thing up there, right? Because I know there was a part of it was that they found a signal list. Is that part of the same video where they found a signal group with all these people, these dark-hearted, blue heart people in there organizing the criminal activity that they want to do? Is that part of the video? Is that the one you're talking about? Because I know that video came out, and man, I think the FBI should take that list and go and do a checkup on every single one of them. Okay, yeah, they're talking about the signal chat. Yeah, that's huge. I mean, that's huge. They're trying to organize, it's organized criminal activity from the Blue Heart Demoncrats. That's exactly what it is. Hey, thank you so much, everybody. Please bless me by hitting the thumbs up. Please bless me by hitting the thumbs up. Share the video. Share the video. Please share the video. I would greatly appreciate it. God bless everybody. Take care. And yes, the Demoncrats create dark times. It's the Demoncrats creating dark times.